Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like Todd Boehly is still very much interested on Cristiano Ronaldo, but I feel that boat has long sailed. And also the rise of Newcastle United. Oh my days.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Not much in regards to Chelsea news, but the hot topic, Cristiano Ronaldo, as you know, he's been suspended by Manchester United. That's why he couldn't play the match against Chelsea. Whether he comes back immediately straight after, I think Ten Hag was saying that he does, but there's now strong rumors that this particular player, Cristiano Ronaldo, seems like there is no other way. He has to leave Man United. And once again, the rumors, seem to crop up for Chelsea Football Club, but with a slight bit of twist. So let's talk about this right now. Ben Jacobs with his classic thread. He has everything here available for us, which is going to be fantastic to go through. Talks about not just Cristiano Ronaldo and some of the players that we are possibly looking into. To be clear on Chelsea and Ronaldo, Todd Boehly still sees the appeal of signing him, especially to the brand. It was always the case, wasn't it? The brand of Cristiano Ronaldo was something that was very, very interesting to Chelsea Football Club and Todd Boehly, knowing that he wants to make Chelsea as a global brand. Cristiano Ronaldo would help out in that particular sector. He asked Thomas Tuchel multiple times to consider him. Tuchel was consistently dismissive and at times dismayed by how often Ronaldo's name was mentioned. Further goes on to say, nothing has changed or progressed since. Jorge Mendes has held no further talks with Chelsea on Ronaldo. Even the summer chat was largely exploratory. Have I said that right? Exploratory. I hope I pronounced that right. Boehly won't move for Ronaldo as a priority. That remains the midfield, and will still only do so with Graham Potter's blessing. So that's great that Todd Boehly is not going to just force a particular player on Graham Potter, that Graham Potter at the end of the day still gets to assess and still has a say in it and can make a recommendation. I think that's how it should be. We shouldn't just force a player on Graham Potter. The last thing you want is an absolute mismatch. And before you know, the manager's in trouble. Ben Jacobs further goes on to say, my understanding is Potter currently has other forwards in mind above Ronaldo in the pecking order. He likes Rafa Leao, a pre-existing target before his time, and Jonathan David and Ivan Toney are also in radar. Now, I like all of those names. Look, Jonathan David, we've talked about it in our recent stream not that long ago, that I know he's doing well in Liga and he's scoring goals, but I don't really think he's Chelsea level, man. Like, I honestly don't think he's Chelsea level. His breakthrough season was literally a couple of seasons ago, and he's still in Lille. Like, why hasn't he been able to move on to a bigger club? Why is he still taking so long? I know I don't like to use that argument all the time about players, but in this sense, it's not like you're a sensation now. Do you know what I mean? Jonathan David isn't a later sensation like Rafa Leao. Rafa Leao had a breakout season last season, and already there's talks about him possibly leaving AC Milan. Jonathan David, the breakout season was a few seasons back, and you're still in Lille. Look, that doesn't mean he's a bad player, and it could still work out for Chelsea, but I'd rather focus on the other two, Rafa Leao and Ivan Toney. Rafa Leao, look, I know he wasn't sensational against us, but AC Milan were horrible, the two matches they played. Yes, there is some work to be done with Leao in terms of off the ball. We need a lot more work. The kind of work that I saw from him for AC Milan, I wasn't really impressed off the ball. With the ball, however, there's not been that many wingers out there that at least gave Reece James some sort of trouble, and Rafa Leao was that. And we saw there was a few moments where he was just able to bamboozle past 2-3 defenders. That level of player would be sensational for Chelsea Football Club out wide. That one player, do you know what I mean? We lack in this department so badly that 1v1, he will be more than that, and he can, produce the assists as well. In terms of Ivan Toney, classic number 9, but honestly, at this stage, do I picture Ivan Toney coming in? And this is what I want to talk about Ronaldo as well once we finish this particular thread. We've got Aubameyang. Are we picturing Aubameyang perhaps leaving at the end of this season? He's got 2 years contract, and then another option, 1 more year on top of that. We could potentially let him go, but you never know. Do you know what I mean? Like, he could still hang around. He's not obligated to leave. He's got a contract for at least 2 years. In regards to Ivan Toney, I would absolutely like a player like that. He would be a devastating number 9 for us, no doubt about that. Aerially strong, has got the pace, has got the power as well. It's got the ability to score out of nowhere at times. Do you know what I mean? And inside the box is very good. His finishing is very good. Kepa really did a great job to keep him away. And he's potentially a player that could move from Brentford. He's not going to stick around in Brentford. He's an England international now. And Todd Boehly likes the Brentford setup as well. There's been rumours how he likes how the structure in Brentford is created and how they're very much data-driven as well, with Thomas Frank being the manager. So look, I don't mind it, but at the moment, I can't see how it all happens. That's my issue. Armando Broja is someone who's up and coming as well. You bring in someone like Ivan Toney on top of Aubameyang and Armando Broja and Kai Havertz, who sometimes plays through the middle. There needs to be some sort of adjustment. That's what I'm trying to say. Either Aubameyang needs to leave, Kai Havertz needs to leave. And what is the plan with Armando Broja once you bring in a player like Ivan Toney? I'm not saying don't bring Ivan Toney because you're going to upset Armando Broja. No, not at all. Harness, foster competition, no doubts about that. But there needs to be planning. Do you know what I mean? There needs to be solid planning. Ronaldo potentially on a free or loan and cut wages could prompt more suitors to make a move. But right now, Ronaldo to CFC is viewed as a hard sell. Sources close to Mendes sees routes to Roma next season, especially if they qualify for the Champions League and also MLS. Do you know what? Cristiano Ronaldo with Jose Mourinho in Roma, that's something, I would love to see that if they make it to the Champions League, obviously. But they are less confident in Chelsea materializing even on a short-term deal. Ronaldo would also have to be convinced he'd play often enough, or he could end up in the same position as Manchester United. Further goes on to say, what Mendes is hoping for, though, is Boehly staying on as sporting director through January and exerting more of a personal say, especially with extra time to assess the market. But Chelsea sources maintain Ronaldo would never be signed without 100% buying from Potter. So look, first up, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the Ronaldo situation. I think that boat has sailed, man. Maybe in the summer window that went by, perhaps there was an opportunity to get someone like Ronaldo. From my perspective, I know a lot of you guys didn't want that. I still saw quite a lot of value in someone like Cristiano Ronaldo who would finish things up front. But right now, with the season, the way it's panned out, you have to take that into consideration. Do we want to take all that baggage? Ronaldo is in a very messed up situation in his mind at the moment with Man United. He wanted to leave Man United from the get-go when the summer window was open. Man United didn't allow for such thing to happen. And then there was also, were there enough suitors out there for Cristiano Ronaldo? Possibly not. In January, knowing all the stuff that he's already gone through, the way he's been treated, the way he has also treated Man United, let's be honest, the recent incident with Spurs, that won't go down very nicely with potential suitors out there. Does this happen in January? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think Cristiano Ronaldo needs to probably suck it up. Where could he go in January, honestly? And this particular brand sale, do you know what I mean? Like potential to improve your brand, I don't think it does, man. Cristiano Ronaldo's stocks at the moment aren't looking great. So look, from that perspective, I don't think it happens. And also, as Ben Jacobs said, it would 100% need the buy-in from Graham Potter, and I don't think Graham Potter would entertain that. Graham Potter would rather go for someone like a Rafa Leao or a Leandro Trossard in the January transfer window. Trossard only 6 months left in January, so he could potentially sign on a free for the next season, or we could pay some sort of a fee and take Trossard from Brighton. So look, Ronaldo right now simply does not fit, and I would not entertain this anymore as much as I did previously. It's not going to happen. But ladies and gentlemen, you let me know how you feel about the Ronaldo situation. Now, moving on to this particular news, ladies and gentlemen, Newcastle United. Look, I'm not surprised they've beaten Spurs. Honestly, Spurs, they're they've been playing some really ugly type of football. I mean, not that we can say much in recent times. For the past 3 matches, we've not really played well. But Spurs, with the caliber of players that they have up front and the way Antonio Conte plays with them, with the deep block and not really attacking. Look, I didn't get to watch this particular match. I definitely watched Spurs versus Man United. I've not watched enough of Newcastle this season as well. But they've been rising, man. They've been rising. They've gone above us. Yes, we've got a game in hand, of course, but we have to take advantage of our games in hand. We generally, we're very easygoing lately. Look at this, top 6, match week 13. Newcastle United, 12 played, 21 points. Newcastle, I honestly didn't think the rise of Newcastle would be so quick. I thought Eddie Howe, I always knew he was a good manager, but I didn't think he would be able to turn Newcastle around in such a manner. Don't forget, Steve Bruce was their manager not that long ago. In fact, last season, and they weren't doing good. A couple of good players in Trippier. Bruno Guimaraes has been the standout for them. And obviously, they've added Isaac up front, but he has not been able to play in recent times. A couple of other defenders they've added. And now they're winning games away from home. At home, they're making this whole competition very spicy. As I said, they're ahead of us. We've got a game in hand. In terms of table, they're ahead of us. But in terms of points, we're in level with points with a game in hand. So hopefully we can take advantage of that and really definitely take advantage of that, because Spurs are only 2 points ahead as well. So if we get a win, we can leapfrog all of them and go in front. And also Arsenal finally dropping some points against Southampton, which makes this whole run a little bit exciting. The run into the title, which I still don't think Chelsea's part of. I think it's still Man City. Probably the clear standout at the moment. Arsenal most likely may drop a few more points, but we'll see. But getting back to Newcastle, ladies and gentlemen, look at some of their results. Honestly, these results in recent times have been quite good. 1-1 against Wolves. Then they've had, these are some really old ones. Let's get to some latest ones. Look at this, 2-1 against Spurs, 1-0 against Everton, 0-0 against Man United, 5-1 against Brentford, a Brentford team that we struggled. By the way, Brentford got hammered by Aston Villa as well. That's not good. How we didn't beat them, man, that hurts. But yeah, look at this, 2-1 against Tottenham. Let's have a look at the lineup, man, how they played. Goals came from Callum Wilson and Miguel Almiron. I like to see the lineup because I want to see what other teams are doing compared to us. How are we setting up? Look at this. Newcastle setting up in a back 4. Burn, Botman, Scar, Trippier, Longstaff, Guimaraes, Willock, Callum Wilson, Joel Linton, Almiron. I mean, look at Newcastle. Look how bold they are. And I know this is probably one of the key players that allows them to do that. Bruno Guimaraes as a central midfielder, defensive midfielder who's capable of scoring goals and capable of, looking after his CBs. Very important. But Joe Willock, he's an attacking player. Joe Linton can also help out in midfield, can definitely help out in attack. Callum Wilson, Almiron, we need to have a little bit more boldness, a little bit more guts, and take the game to the opposition. I'm fed up, man, with this 3 at the back situation for us on a regular basis. The way we said, I just want to quickly show you guys this particular tweet from me less than literally 12 hours ago. This is what I said, and I want to know how you guys feel about this. At home, starting with Chilwell, Cucurella, Silva, Chalobah, Aspie, Georgie, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Honestly speaking, where's the goal coming from? People are saying drop Sterling and bring Pulisic. I say find a spot for Pulisic and play Sterling too. We need more attacking prowess. It's not good enough. That's too many defensive players for me. I feel like we can have one less, probably maybe either of Chilwell or Cucurella, have one of them and take the other one out and add another attacking player. Go with a back 4. Trust in a defensive structure to be able to protect the CBs, much like what we did against Man United in the second half. And as soon as Kovacic came on, we changed the formation. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about this whole scenario. Newcastle ahead of us in terms of being on the Premier League table, but level on points. Their rise is very interesting. And comment on that. And of course, Arsenal slipping up as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you have. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time. See ya.